Let's dive into the full narrated chapter of One Piece 43. Ready? Then let's go. Right after the intro. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. And before we jump into today's content, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss a thing. And now, let's get into the video. Title, Holy Knights. The chapter begins with the text, "The slippery God Knights, on the move, what's happening to the children?" The chapter opens with Saul running after the children, shouting, "Wait guys, stop, Yelva Mu, Ranja. They're really sleepwalking. But what's this white cloth? Where are you going?" Robin then says, "Careful, Solly. That teacher warned us not to touch them." Chopper adds, "The one who was all covered in blood." Saul responds, "I know, but there doesn't seem to be anything around and we can't just let them walk off like this. It's dangerous. Let's just take them back to the..." As Saul tries to touch one of the children, we see thorns suddenly emerge and pierce his hand. Saul screams in pain. Chopper reacts, "What? Saul, what happened? Did something pierce you?" Meanwhile, a voice is heard, "This is Walrus School." All of our students suddenly fell into a deep sleep. The teacher adds, and 9 of them began to walk, but they're still unconscious. The voice continues, "We have no idea what's causing this." Next, we see Dory, Bragi, and Kashi. Someone says, "The school children." Another giant, "My son is there." The voice goes on, "And that's not all. Mysterious beasts are emerging from the forest." Another giant reacts, "Monsters, are the children going to be okay?" We then see a special Den Den Mushi, the one transmitting the voice. Transmission snail, used only in Elbaf. The message continues. The children are heading toward the 8th outpost. We see Nami, who says, "All this and a fire too. There's too much happening at once. Will they be okay?" Jinbei adds, "What in the world is going on over there?" Page 4. While the forest burns, someone asks, "The 8th outpost? So that's where they're heading? Is everything okay over there?" We see Jarul still drinking. "Ark, this is awful. My great-great-granddaughter Yelva is there." Another drunk giant asks, "Great-great-granddaughter? Really?" Nami, clearly angry, yells, "You're all way too drunk for this. This is no time to lose our heads." Then we see a Sval, a type of vehicle. Someone comments, "Whoa, that was fast. A fire rescue Sval has already been dispatched. Let's go, fire brigade. We're counting on you." Page 5. But the firefighter's Sval is brutally attacked by a giant skull. One of the firefighters shouts, "What is that?" Dory, Bragi, and Jarul are left in shock. What is that? 6. The scene shifts to the Holy Knights, who are casually eating. St. Summers laughs, "Yah! Did you see that?" The look on that giant's face when the thorns got him, absolutely priceless. How did that saying go again? Love is made of roses and thorns, right? Right? Gunko replies, "Beats me." "Shh, you're so dull, Gunko. The deeper the love, the deeper the thorns of passion pierce. It'll be even better when the parents show up. I love this game. If they try to hug their kids, the thorns will rip them to shreds. The children won't even want to look at their parents afterward. They'll break down crying when they realize their parents died right in front of them. Even murder can be exciting." Summers Thorn Fruit User. Summers continues, "A death out of love. Now that's something to look forward to, right?" Gunko retort, "Oh, shut up. You're pathetic, way too enthusiastic for a sadist." Summers falls off his chair after Gunko's remark. Then Killingham asks, "Gunko, which path will you take?" Gunko replies, "The central one, but there are denser branches too." We see a little map sketched out with an arrow by Gunko. Starts at Walrus School, then the library, Western Village, and the port. Summers comments, "Sticking to the center means staying exposed. That's the hard truth, especially when you're powerless." Killingham says, "Summers, this needs salt." Salt? As soon as Summers thinks about salt, an image of salt appears in his mind. At that moment, Killingham makes him fall asleep and extracts the salt directly from his dream bubble. Saint Killingham, mythical dragon fruit, model Chilin, man who materializes dreams. Killingham comments, Asbach rock salt, always the gourmet. You can wake up now. Summers wakes up and says, that's the same ability you used to pull those dream demons out of the kids' heads, right? Killingham, of course. I can use it on several targets at once. This salt is perfect. Gunko comments, agreed. That ship anchored in the village was made for giants, but with a painter, we can make our own rainbows. Delicious. Such a strange culture. Once we finish all this, we'll just head back to the Holy Land and... Summers complains, what? That's it? This game was way too easy. Gunko adds, I'm stuffed. Hey, this has 0 calories, right? Killingham laughs and replies, well, it was a dream meal. So, of course, it's calorie-free. Gunko warns, Summers, don't let your guard down. We've got trouble brewing. I saw a certain pirate ship anchored in the village. The Emperor Straw Hat Luffy is in Elbaf. Huh, wait, aren't the kids heading straight into the fire? The flames are spreading faster than I thought, but it doesn't matter. If they die, we'll just send the next batch marching. The scene shifts to the underground. Luffy faces Loki and says, Loki, you bastard. Try something, Hadru Din. Loki, panting, laughs. Doga Gaga. You can't stop me. No one here can even lift Ragnir. Gerd shouts, we won't let you hurt anyone else in the Sun Kingdom. Loki replies threateningly, oh, there will be casualties. The flames are already spreading. Now make your choice, surrender your weapons and let me go, or Page 11. Sanji looks on and asks, hey, what is that monstrous giant? Luffy answers, he's hurt. If we don't help him, he'll... Loki yells, you're gonna let everyone die? I'll slaughter every weakling in this kingdom. Hadruddin hesitates. If you don't answer, wait, we understand. Zoro warns, don't fall for it, Hadruddin. Hadruddin looks surprised. Roronoa Zoro? Luffy, resolute, says, then there's no other way, I promised. If you did anything, I'd take you down myself. Double pages 12 and 13. Hadruddin tries to warn, wait, Straw Hat, he'll attack if you get closer. Loki smiles, oh, I see, that's your answer. Gerd shouts, you've gone too far, Loki, think of the children. Zoro asks, Luffy, you're just gonna let it slide? His wounds are gonna reopen. Luffy inflates his arm with a new move, Gomu, Gomu no, arm balloon! Loki stares and says, damn it, looks like I lost this round. The attack hits him head on. Loki collapses, face slamming into the ground. Zoro observes, he was already on the brink of death, just standing was pushing his body to the limit. It was a good attempt. He probably wanted to find a safe place to pass out after escaping. Hadruddin comments, with all that blood loss, I doubt he could have gotten very far. Zoro concludes, now it's up to you guys, you want to treat him or let him die? Luffy firmly states, I got unfinished business with him, but he was covered in blood. Road notes, looks like someone tried to kill him, and that's a separate issue from his crimes. He thinks, just a hunch, but could it be? Luffy pleads, Hadruddin, I've got a request. Save his life. I don't care who he is. I can't just let him die. Hadruddin just stares in silence. Gerd approaches and starts treating Loki. For full recovery, it'll take several months at the very least. If we really want to take care of this, he can't keep sleeping out here. In the village, they won't forgive him. It'd be a straight shot to execution. I don't mind staying here. Their hatred runs deep, but we're talking about someone who was unforgivable scum. Luffy, curious, comments, whoa, those horns are actually real. Hadruddin replies, it's the mark of the ancient giants. Our father Harald had them too. We enter a flashback. We see their father, Harald, with the two brothers as children, Loki and Hadruddin. Harald says, you two are my precious sons. I want you to get along when I'm no longer around and do everything you can to protect Elbaf. Cut to a training scene. Hadruddin has been defeated. Loki, already blindfolded and holding a kanabo, like Kaido's, yells, how can I call a weakling like you, my older brother? You're a bastard. You'll never be our father's true heir. Hadruddin, everyone knows, your mother has filthy blood. Back to the present. Hadruddin grips his axe and stares at Loki's unconscious body. Hadruddin charges straight at Loki. Road and Stanson yell, don't do it. But Hadruddin, overwhelmed by rage, shouts, I'll never forgive him. He insulted my mother and killed our father. But Loki opens his eyes and coldly says, just do it already. This crybaby warrior drama is getting old. You're so blinded by this personal drama, you can't even see what's really happening. Don't tell me you're just like the others. Do you really think I killed our father in cold blood? Do you truly believe that? Final chapter line. What did Loki mean by that? End of One Piece, chapter 1143. And next week, there is a new chapter coming. If you enjoyed this narrated recap, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss anything happening in the One Piece world. Thanks for watching until the end. See you next time.